Welcome to the book presentation of The Miracle Problem Solver, Using Crystals and the Power of Sedona to Transform Your Life. The author Kira Klenke from Germany reads part of the introduction chapter.
A letter for you from Arizona. Dear friend, I'm writing you this letter from my holiday here in Sedona in Arizona. And I'm picturing you, yes you, the person reading this book right now in my mind. I would like to tell you what I have experienced in the mystical homeland of the native North Americans over the last weeks. At a place where the atmosphere, the incredible energetic power, and the beauty go beyond everything I've ever seen in any other power place. And I've seen quite a number of power places over the last 20 years. The landscape here, as you see it today, has not changed in a million of years. Please don't ask me exactly how it was formed. Geology is not my strong point. But nearby is the Grand Canyon, whose unique beauty attracts visits from hundreds of thousands of tourists every year. People from all over the world come here, even if only for a quick stop on a coach trip, to admire the breathtaking beauty and be gripped by the magnificent presence and sublime wonder of nature. Spiritual seekers from all around the globe often consciously choose the Grand Canyon as a location for their vision quest. By communing with nature, they hope to find clues to their missions in life, solutions to important issues close to their hearts, or the impetus for changes that are about to be made in their lives. No matter how consciously or unconsciously these visitors seek contact with nature here, and however briefly they experience it, every one of them is likely to sense the presence of a higher power in this place. It is a powerful reminder of how small and insignificant is a human life, 100 years at most, in comparison with the timeless majesty of nature. The place now called Sedona, a location used for vision quests by Native Americans for many years, is less internationally famous. There's a striking number of art galleries, workshops, art schools, and in Sedona you will run into colorful paintings and sculptures inspired by nature at every turn. Even if you are not an art lover, I'm sure you would soon get itchy fingers here and start wondering if you might want to have a go at painting or some other artistic activity. Plenty of people have already hit upon the business idea of their lives in the almost innumerable power places that surround Sedona in this so-called Red Rock State Park. Walt Disney, John Wayne, Al Pacino, Orson Welles, and Max Ernst are among those who have sought inspiration and mentally refueled here. The Sedona method, a technique for quickly and successfully banishing unpleasant emotion in a simple way, was also born here, and it's now practiced all over the world. There's a proverb: God created the Grand Canyon, but he lives in Sedona. And the Native Americans have known and visited this place for millennia. They consider it an ideal location to find help and seek answers to life's important questions in nature. But not, however, a place to put down roots. As is so often the case, the American settlers ignored this advice and founded the little town of Sedona. The Native Americans say this is a place of blessing. We would say Sedona is a shrine or a place of pilgrimage. People here say it's a place of regeneration. It's an ideal place to find peace, discover yourself, and gather your strength. Indeed, some even claim it's a place to grow younger. It is a place of healing. I have often been told that spontaneous healing frequently happens here. The Native American used to come here when they needed blessing for their journey through life, because they were sick, for example, or otherwise somehow felt stuck in their lives. And Sedona was also voted the most beautiful landscape in America in 2009. There's one thing of which I'm certain: it's a magical place. As far as I'm concerned, that is the only word that goes some way towards describing my experiences here. Wishes often come true here within hours. The book you are reading right now simply flowed from my pen with absolutely no conscious effort from me or any intellectual input on my part. I neither sought nor desired the topic. Although it linked into knowledge I had acquired over decades, I did no more than move my pen over the paper as if taking dictation. The content arrived and arranged itself entirely under its own stream. It came, and this is how the Native Americans who live here would put it, through great spirit, through the power of the red rooks, through the extraordinary energy of the power places here, through the strong presence, through the blessing of the sacred land that is millions of years old. It was as if the words were dictated to me, whispered into my ear or my heart, and placed directly under my hand and my pen. One thing that made me realize this was that I was no longer able to remember the details of what I had written just a few hours before. I had to reread my blue notebook to be able to try out a technique. I was, and I still am, essentially a reader of this book, just like you. Even the name of the method, Source, was not invented by me. Sitting on the bell rock here, I wrote it down in my diary as if it were dictated to me. S like Sedona stone, O like oracle, U like unity, R for recreating, C for constellation, E for experience. Sedona stone oracle unity recreating constellation experience, called Source. My husband, my traveling companion here, was the first person with whom I shared all this and tried it out. He was extremely skeptical at first. Even when I told him about the really magical way in which the name Source, including the explanations for the acronym, had suddenly occurred to me. He initially refused to cooperate when I asked him for help. Instead of playing around with stones with me, he wanted to carry on reading. He pointedly went back to his book, but then started in amazement. "Look," he cried, pointing at one of the very first sentences, which was, "Always follow the source." Dear reader, I'm glad that you too can now share in such magic through this book. I wish with all my heart that you will have wonderful and powerful experiences with the aid of the source technique. May the adventure it brings to you heal and strengthen you, helping you to grow to achieve the greatness that is your birthright. I'm sending you a wonderful beam of this magnificent, luminous, transformative Sedona energy. Kira Klenke.
The book is available at Barnes & Noble's, Amazon, and your local bookstore.